Apologies, YouTube. Just realized I had you guys on mute, but you didn't miss anything. Don't worry about it. I was just mentioning the news, how we've just had GDP for the pound, which came out as per the forecast, but actually negative compared to the previous reading. So I've not looked at the pound just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it is dropping, but we'll wait and see. I would expect more of a move probably for the session open. Moving forward into today's proceedings, throughout the session on stream, nothing much to worry about, unless anything breaks, of course. But into MI session, we do have consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So it's going to be, again, red fall news for the US dollar, and that is all to end the week. So once again, guys, hope you've all had a good one. And let's get cracking. YouTube, I did ask if you could smash that like button while I had you on mute, so if you could do so, please do so right now for me. and let's get cracking and onto the important stuff, guys. Let's have a look at gold to begin here today. And looking at that weekly time frame to begin, and you guys know how I roll. So the weekly, it's a very strong bullish candle. Therefore, it is probably about a 99% probability or chance that I'm only looking for buys here today. We are obviously forming a very strong bullish candle into uncharted territories yet again. So going to close at another all-time high unless something really big happens throughout today. Onto the daily time frame, we now do have a high low high high to that previous pause candle. Again, guys, just a little bit of pause within price action. Yes, we could make a bit of a pullback. To be honest, with a pullback, I would definitely consider targeting 35.64 as an entry point for a buy upon the pullback. However, there is nothing yet to suggest that we will pull back at this particular point in time. With the counter probabilities being to the upside, once again, I'm more in favor of the buys. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles high, and we'll see what we've got above that level. Previous daily closed also with a long low wick to the downside, suggesting we'll perhaps grab some more liquidity from the downside in order to continue to push bullish in line with the actual trend and structure, of course. Onto the 4-hour time frame here, and what we can see is we are still technically bullish in structure. A lot of you are probably looking at it thinking that it's actually flipped bearish because you got a low, but it's insignificant. What I deem to be the swing point is it usually has to be 2 or more consecutive candles pulling back in the opposite direction to the actual trend itself. However, that does resemble a swing for me. Lines up with some previous resistance here to the left as well. So therefore, I would suggest that as long as we remain above this support here on the 4-hour, we are technically bullish in structure. And all this is just price action within the structure itself. So we are at resistance though. So that is an interesting point to consider. It's not going to be easy buying it until we're back above that. So we're just going to adjust that horizontal to just above that the current daily candles high. As far as support, I'm going to mark in the current daily candles low. That is the most recent 4-hour support. Now is the 4-hour range, and it is the current daily candle high and low. Interesting. On to the 15-minute time frame here, and we are also technically bullish in structure here on the 15th. So it's bullish across the board, guys. Therefore, you guessed it, I'm only looking for upside. I'm looking for buys, guys. So the options for me would be either a price sweep the Asian session high, pull back to tap back in, and look for continuation to look for a potential buy above this 3657.65 region. So we're just going to mark that level in as a potential point where we'd like to look for buy options. Better options will be, well, most recent support formed just below the resistance is this area 36.47 to 46, that sort of region. So therefore, if we were to begin to form support around that point there, I would also entertain my options to take a buy upon the pullback. Again, in a big strong uptrend, so I would definitely look for the buy options. And then last but not least, if we do even in fact just begin to drop further, as long as this level holds at 36, 33, 32, that sort of region, once again, we form a price action catalyst, signal within price action, and I would also be looking for my potential options to take a buy back up towards the daily, current daily candles high. So that is my opinion of the gold. Very simple one, guys. I'm looking for buy. Sorry to disappoint those who are thinking it's a sell. It doesn't mean it can't sell off, but for me, I'm not interested in the sell. I'm just trading or not anticipate. I will react in accordance to my plan with the trend, with the bias, and that is definitely to the upside. Just give me one moment, guys. I need to quickly reply to something. I do apologize. Just one moment. All right. Today's goal, guys. Make of that what you will. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are looking for. Are you looking for buys? Are you looking for sells? Give me your thoughts and your opinions and where you're looking to get involved. Things like that. Once again, full credit to those who do come out prior to taking a winning trade and tell me what their plan is. And if it is successful, kudos to you. Not as interested in those who say I've just taken 100 pips on gold or want to buy or sell. Still well done, but anyone could, sit in the bleachers waiting for the move to happen and then calling it afterwards. All right, let's have a look at the GJ moving forward here today. And we've got, obviously, we just had pound news. Let's quickly look at GU actually. Let's just see, how has it reacted to the news release? It's a chart from yesterday. Not really done much at all, to be honest. So yeah, bit of a nothing burger. Onto GJ. So the pound has dropped against the yen though. And what we can see is the weekly. Once again, it's a very tricky area that we are currently in on the higher time frame here. We do have a high, low, high, high. We are forming bullish. So off the back of that, I would be more inclined to look for potential buy options moving forward. Not ruling out the sells just yet though. Onto the daily time frame, what an absolute mess this is. So just a slow trickle of consolidation to the upside, hard pressed against the resistance, very little, no direction whatsoever. Inside bar candle within the current daily candle, very difficult to know what to make of this. Normally in this situation I would just totally ignore it, but nonetheless we will check out the other time frames here. Wow, what a mess this thing is. Bullish. I mentioned yesterday it's bullish. Does appear to have remained bullish at this stage. To be honest, I'd be staying well away from it, but we'll see. Maybe the 30-minute will paint a different picture. Here's the current state of play. There's support just here, which we could mark in as well. We'll mark that in also grey. Alright, so GJ, simple. I wanted to actually reclaim the Asian session lows. Tap back into the support 199.60, form support back above it, and then look for a buy up. The last thing I wanted to do just now is start to consolidate, because then you're buying it back up into choppy traffic. It's less probable. So what I want to see is price make a clean move down to this grey zone, form a support back above it, and once again look out for a price action catalyst. Those of you asking what sort of catalyst, stick around. Those of you who are here regularly would know the types of catalyst I'd be potentially looking for from this level. Aside from that, what I'd be looking for is just trying to 4-hour range, and if price did pop back up to resistance at 200, just around that 200 region, and begun to reject, I would also contemplate my potential options to look for a sell back down. So very simple on GJ. Same plan as I think it was yesterday. Remember yesterday we called 3 potential entry points on GJ, all of which would have given you at least TP1 upon rejection of the 4-hour resistance. So it's a similar story here today. We are close to the support, so you could potentially look for a similar thing from support and otherwise back up at the resistance. Otherwise, yeah, potentially back above this level. Let's have a look at the it's a fire level, so we can't adjust it. That's your next option, above the fire resistance at 215 for continuation buys on the GJ. That is GJ. Once again, guys, make of that what you will, but what you need to do for me, smash that like button, YouTube. Don't forget to smash the like button. TikTok, hit that little screen. We need to get the numbers up. And let's have a good one, team. Meantime, let me have a crack. Let me have a look at the chat. Sebastian, going to you, mate. Oliver. Yeah, apologies about that. Borna, hello to you. Paul. We talk. No, not you guys. Not you, loyal team on the YouTube stream. Never. Franco, good morning to you, brother. Speaking of, let me get the members. Send you guys a link. Got a few exciting things happening at A.C.T. Forex, which I will go into a little bit more detail moving forward. One in particular will be of real interest for you guys, I'm sure. That actually might need to wait till next week, that announcement. But TikTok, let me have a look at who we've got today on TikTok. Thank you to a couple new followers. Let me have a look through the chat and see what I may have missed. One's TP 3685. Is that back at the all-time high? Okay, that's above it. Fair enough. I'm bullish. Wait and see. Alright, what else? Walter, good morning to you. Sure, missed some comments. Ganyu, morning from Nigeria. Nice one, mate. Good afternoon from Thailand, mate. Welcome. Pratuk, nice to see you in the chat, mate. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well with your training as well. David, hello to you. DS Nivek, mate, you're a legend. Great to see you in the chat again. Hope you're well. Thank you, as always, for your support. Ganyu, buying or selling? I'm all about the buyers here today on gold. Just a matter of where, if it's at support or above resistance. That's what I'm looking at. Liv, this is gold. It's gold. It's got to drop, hasn't it? This is gold. Doesn't have to drop. There's a chance it could make a pullback, but it is in a big strong uptrend, so I'm trading in line with the trend. As per my rules on a Friday. Monday and Friday, I trade in line with the strength of the weekly candle. So on Monday, it's in line with the strength of the previous weekly candle, unless I have a really strong catalyst to do otherwise, trade it against the strength of the previous weekly candle. Or if it's a weak candle, I'm not bothered by it. I'll just trade in line with the direction for the day and what my analysis is telling me. And on a Friday, I'm all about trading line again with the strength of the actual weekly candle. Unless I do have a really, really, really strong reason to go against it, and I don't have it here today on gold. Definitely not. We're in a big, strong, bullish uptrend. I'm not going to try to buck the trend. You know, not to bore you out or not to pick on you, but I mean, many people have been asking or calling for a gold pullback, and a big one for a long time. It just hasn't come. I'm of the belief, yes, of course it will make some pullbacks and some more significant pullbacks, maybe in the 5-10% sort of pullbacks at some point. But the long run, it's just going to continue bullish. I can't see any reason as to why it wouldn't. It's the only tier 1 asset in the world. Central banks are accumulating it as much as they possibly can. For me, it's safer than in a house, to be honest. I'd rather invest in gold than a house. House is a liability anyway, unless you're obviously making income from it, when renting it out and that. Even then, it could still be a liability. Gold to me is always safe to purchase, the physical stuff. JT Properties, should I sell Blue Line? If you like, I'm not telling anyone to sell at Blue Line. That's blue zone there is there as a potential level that price could in fact pull back to and form a support at for me to take a potential buy from. So I'm not interested in selling it. We've been killing it, guys. We've been absolutely destroying it on stream. I think we've had on a bit of a win streak as well. And the reason is because we follow the plan here. We're a very disciplined group. That's what I preach. I preach it amongst my team. The importance of patience and discipline, having a plan, following it, sticking to it, as opposed to always feeling a need to be in the market and being involved. Yes, it can be exhilarating. At the same time, it's not, you shouldn't treat it as gambling. You shouldn't treat it like a casino, guys. If you want that thrill, chuck some money on a horse or whatever, go down to a casino, play cards, whatever it is that gives you that thrill. But Forex trading should not be that. It's work, guys. That's how I see it. For me, it's a job. Born Champion, good morning to you. Guys, don't forget to give the channel a follow. And Barman, as you always mention, give the stream a like. Hope you're well, brother. How's the week been, guys? Let me know. Are you in a positive or negative? Feel free to type in the chat, positive and negative. If you want to explain more, go ahead. Just let me know. Second, sell. Not what I asked, but anyway, I'm not looking for a sell. Dylan Diesel bet. Blues, nice one. So, in a positive. What a comeback it's been, guys. All plus, nice one. Again, I had my shittest week for the year about 4 weeks ago now. Three or 4 weeks ago. Came to the charts the following Monday. It took a loss straight up, and it wasn't a great loss too. It was a pretty bad one. I've not lost a trade since. Been absolutely dominating. Again, didn't freak out. Didn't just flick the plan and the strategy, the edge, or whatever out the window. Just stuck to what I do best, knowing that eventually it will straighten itself out. And that's exactly what's been happening. Can you prop from live? Which one do I recommend? I'll type it into the chat. This is the only one I've seen proper proof. But there are a few others that I've also been told of that are more than fine. Ben Valdia, probably butcher your name, but thank you for the sticker. I do appreciate it. So gold making a little bit of a move. This is good because at least we're approaching a level of interest now. Let's see. How about anyone else? Let me know. How's the week been, guys? YouTube, let's get that chat ticking away a little bit. Only Paul responded to my question. Let us know. How's it been? Positive or negative? Any, thoughts or reasons as to why it's been a good or bad one? Feel free to vent. One or bad one, sorry. By the way, again, they're probably the most expensive, but I think they warrant it because they are completely fine as far as what I've seen. There's a few others out there which are also pretty good. I'll type them in. I'm not even sure if that's what they're actually called, but I think it is. They're the ones seen actual proof. Big Emmy buyer, so I'm looking for buyers today. Potential buyers, that's all I'm waiting for. YouTube guys, what's going on? Let us know. How's the week been? I'll add difficult. Plus or minus in if you want. And hit the like button. TikTok, feel free to jump across to the YouTube stream. Reason being is, once again, could get the ban hammer at any point on TikTok, so it's nowhere to find me. It's the same profile name. Full screen, you get the layout, you get the numbers, you get everything. So it's a better view for you guys. So do feel free to jump across. It's the exact same profile name. You can't miss it, guys. Streaming live on both YouTube and TikTok. John, good week. Nice one. Paul, turn your mic off. That will fire him up. Yeah, would. It's a good way to get the chat flowing either way. John, always good with from Mount Isa. Oh, nice one. Nice part of the world. Bruce, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Took a buy below your resistance zone. Oh, nice one. Oh, here, no, sorry, not nice one. Took a buy below it. Or do you mean from the support? It depends where you bought it from, mate. But yeah, for me, I will not be buying it into it. To be honest, it's a 4-hour resistance. So look at that, perfect rejection of that level. So people ask me, how do I come about these zones and why do I draw them in? Because what you often see is at the height of resistance, so it's the highest point of any bearish candle, where it be in the 4-hour or the 15, the 2 timeframes I concentrate on. What we often see is price will tap in to that zone. So the zone, what makes the zone is the closest body to the highest point of any bearish candle. So it could be another bearish candle, for instance, to the side of it, which actually closes a tad higher up, like so, but the highest point isn't as high up. So if that was to be the case, I'd just adjust the zone to something like that. And what you often find is price will tap into it, and you will often get some sort of reaction to that level. So a lot of the time it will initially reject. Yes, sometimes it's going to break through, but for the most part, you're going to get a little bit of a rejection. And we can see it often happens. It left a long upper wick on a previous candle here on gold. Today is why I draw these zones in, because it just it's like a magnet. Price tends to gravitate towards and either reject or some sort of rejection, and then begin to push through it, or reject and continue to pull away from that. So see it more on multiple occasions here on the minor time frame as well. So to power these zones, I mean, really strong there. Bruce, I thought he was to break it since yesterday. Okay, mate. See, what I would argue with that, don't trade what you think will happen. React to what you're seeing happen. So if you think it's going to break through, wait for it to actually break through. Don't always need to be in prior to it happening, because it may not happen. So in this case, I would have waited for closure above, retest, continuation. Or if nothing else, at least so similar to the trade we took yesterday, for that gold buy, the win on stream. Something like this, where we've got high volume and it closes right up near the high, almost taps into the high, and then wait for the new candle create a low wick and then in the pop above. And that's just a clean breakout trade, basically. How about you guys, TikTok? How's the week been? I only had 1 or 2 replies to it. Been a week of recovery for myself, to be honest. Wasn't feeling crash hot from Monday, but pretty much back to 100% now. So smashed, absolutely wrecked the gym today. Didn't leave anything behind. It was a really good session. Marik, hello to you. What strategy? It's analyze, confirm, trade, A.C.T. Forex. So it's price action, simple price action at predetermined levels. using a preferred bias. So for instance, today my bias is definitely bullish on gold. So I'm waiting for its price to pop back down to my zones here or above my resistance and look for a price action catalyst for a potential buy option. Now those catalysts, they vary. There's different options. There's continuation options, buy stop, buy limit, sell limit options. But it's all price action. I don't trade any fair value apps. I don't trade SMC or any of that stuff. I just trade price action, mate. Definitely learn a lot by watching my streams. I give away probably way too much information. But it's a very disciplined, rule-based approach. Each potential entry has a unique set of rules to follow, and those rules will be dependent of, first of all, where we are and how we approach that level. And again, it's all outlined in my course, which is included in the VIP mentorship, which is very affordable and may become even more affordable very shortly. Watch out, watch the space. All good, Bruce, no worries. Yeah, just next time, just wait for the confirmation. Eric Longs, that's what I'm looking for. I think he's saying, nice one. Big Emmy, not more. You can if you like. I don't have any confirmation just yet. Eric, okay, got you. So what do your confirmation looks like? Let's say we tap 47. Look, it just depends on your approach as well, to be honest. Because we trickle down to it and we're just buying back up into consolidation, which is difficult. But let's just say we make a pretty clean move down. There's things such as engulfing candles, obviously, a little bit of minor resistance from the support, and price begins to break above it, whether it's a strong or a weak closure upon that bearish candle at the support. That will all determine whether or not I can take it on impulse as we break the bearish candle high, or whether I need to wait for another 15-minute candle to close. Another one is if we sweep this support only to close back above it, leaving a long liquidity wick, for instance, and perhaps off the back of that, so something we see happen quite regularly. Look for a potential buy. There's many different ways. I can't explain it all. You just have to watch the streams, and you'll pick up quite a lot from that. Any dope? What is your reasoning behind that buy zone? It's the most recent zone of support on the M15. So we've had impulse, we've had bearish candles, which triggered in sells, we've again formed support. So again, it's a level, it's a minor level, but you often find these levels are also respected. Price tends to gravitate to it where it could potentially reject, bounce off it. So if we were to form a price action catalyst from this particular blue zone, I would look for my potential options to take a buy. So everyone does it differently. Some would just use horizontals. I use the body to the low of the bullish candle, and vice versa to the upside. Thank you to a new sub. How's the corner? Hope you're well, mate. Been watching you for about 3 to 4 weeks now. I watch a lot of people because I am new to trading, but I can by far, you are the most safest trader out there. Thank you, mate. Yeah, and it's all about discipline. Don't always need to be involved. Look, if I sat here all day, yes, I will find a trade. It's not what I wanted. It's not why I'm trading, to be honest. But if I sat here all day, I'm more likely to make an error in judgment and lose focus. So again, I'm really strict rule-based trader, and it saves me from a lot of low probability entries from my data. Let's back my data. And yeah, win rate is just over 80%.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Franco. How's it going, mate?
I'm okay. And you?
All good. Just about to block someone. Sorry.
Okay.
Someone come here spamming their own content. There you go. Goodbye, Saki trader. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah. Well, you fully recovered.
Yeah. Best I've felt since this probably this time last week, to be honest. So finally.
Yesterday, an Y session?
No, yesterday I was stuck in a meeting, a call for almost an hour. I didn't anticipate it going so long. It was a pretty exciting announcement to come from that, which I've already mentioned in the VIP.
Okay, need to look for.
What are we looking at here today, mate? GU?
Yeah, yeah, GU as usual. I send it to the group, the Discord. Yeah, very simple at the end. So
Yep.
normally I would like to tap to this support area to taking some buys. It didn't.
Yep.
So if you will not tap, I will wait until we arrive to the next resistance
Yep.
and taking some buys. And if we close below, taking some sells.
Yep. I like it.
But
Again, it's a plan. And Franco's become a very disciplined trader. I'm sure you now understand the importance of following your plan. So, come a long, long way, my friend.
yeah, absolutely. So, and you are looking for both buys?
Yeah, I'm looking for a pullback buy at this rate or above the high. So once again, approaching London Open, and there's no volume. I mean, yesterday wasn't great as well. But we managed to get an entry, so
yeah, yesterday gold was difficult, so it was only in a certain range there.
Yep.
Very difficult.
We shall see.
Yeah, and yesterday the financial rate for the euro come out.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it remained the same, and the euro prices went up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Heavily, and the dollar, the Dixie, went down.
Yeah, it appears the general rhetoric now when it comes to interest rates has changed a bit. I think the banks, the world banks, are more hawkish, or central banks, which is good for currency strength. Yeah, I mean the US dollar has been absolutely beaten up this week. Big time. Let's quickly look at it just to see. Yeah, I mean for the most part it's around that 97. Big strong downtrend though. Yeah, I do see it potentially coming back down to 95. Again, some of the economists I follow call for it to be back down towards the 70 level eventually. But who knows? If that's the case, look out, gold will completely rocket ship up. Any dope Australia, what do you charge for? It's $1 a day, mate. $1 a day. But again, keep an eye on this space, mate. There's something more to probably announce, possibly next week. Back to Matrix, bro. I think gold is slowly having correction since there's no volume to go up. Is what I say. Fair enough. I respect it. You're more than entitled to your plan, and most definitely could do that. I'm just not interested in trading against the strength of this weekly candle. So I'm personally just going to wait for a potential buy opportunity it presents. I respect your opinion. And yeah, it could sell off. Bulls can't push price high this time. Well, maybe, wait and see. The thing is, every time people would have said that, look at it, just continues to push. So it could be right. And I respect it, that the fact that you're saying it early, but I'm still going to look for potential buyers today. quickly look at EU. So off the back of yesterday's news, along with all the other majors, has pushed quite strongly to the upside. So the weekly is now back bullish. High low, higher high, but a very strong level that it is at. It's a key level. Daily, let's mark in the previous daily high, see what we've got above it. It's also marking the current daily low. Seeing the weekly, see in this case, I'm not opposed to selling it because it's not a strong bullish candle. We do have a high low, higher high. I would preference the buys, but I would definitely not be opposed to selling it. The daily would also, I would preference the buys if we break the high of the previous daily, but however, we break our own low, so we would have formed minus support at that level, then I do see possibilities for it potentially to pull back. So that could be a potential entry point to the downside. The 4-hour time frame here is definitely bearish in structure, so there you go. That also adds confluence to any potential downward movement. As far as support, it's going to look big, it's going to look ugly, but we will adjust it shortly. Adjust it to that point there on the 30. To the upside, I'll probably just leave that bullish here on the M30. To be honest, I would preference the buys because this is that type of scenario where I often see this happen. I mentioned it multiple times on stream, and how often does it happen when it looks too good to be true? You got clean trap to the left, you're in an uptrend, price breaks the support, retest, triggers people into it to a sell, grabs liquidity, and we end up trending back in line with the weekly candle and the bias itself. So I would honestly preference the buys here today for me trading EU. Continuation buys, that looks very off-putting. Once again, YouTube, guys, smash the like button. TikTok, please feel free to jump across the YouTube stream. Make sure to sub to the YouTube channel. It's the exact same profile name, just in case you go missing on TikTok. User, I'm going to buy right now, sir, while I'm busting out in gold. Okay. Where are you going to buy from? What's your trade management plan? Where's your stop loss? So on and so forth. Pure, g'day to you. Welcome, hope you're well. Toby, hey man, just joined live. What are you looking to do? Gold, looking for a price to pull back to 36.47 roughly. 46, that sort of region. Looking for potential price action catalyst to take a possible buy back up. Not interested in selling gold against the strength of the weekly candle, against the strength of the bullish trend. So it's just the way I go about it, especially on the Friday. So I'm just all about buys, whether it be above the resistance here or back at the support. Use a buy from 36.50, stop loss 36.40, TP 36.50. Wow, that's 36.40 and you're TPing 20 pips. Not sure about that, to be honest, mate. I would not feel comfortable having a 100 pip stop with a 20 pip target. Not that I'm so big about risk to reward, but I need to at least have the potential for at least a 1-to-1 return minimum. Just my opinion. Geo by XAUUSD. Have no idea what that is. Assuming it's a crypto. Reels vibes, when to buy. Not just yet, mate. Not for me anyway. I need to tap into support here. I need a price action catalyst / confirmation. So just because it taps in doesn't mean I buy it, because it could shit the bed and go straight through support. So just keep watching. We might get involved in a trade, we might not. Yesterday we managed to find a winning entry. It's all about patience. Let's quickly look at the journal for the last little bit. I think we're on a decent winning streak. So this is the journal, my journal. It's only for my members. I have an interactive, so I record a video as to why I took it. I explain detailed explanation when confluences, result. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a row. 1 loss there. 5 out of 6. 5 out of 7. 6 out of 8. 7 out of 9. 8 out of 10. So that is literally my record, 80%. There you go. So pretty solid form of late, to be honest, guys. A couple more wins there. So 12 of the last 14. Probably continue on. We'll see more. But again, it's because I have the patience and discipline to stick to my plan. Bucket frame time is 15, M15 predominantly, but I do look at other time frames. Discipline is key. Justin and I, you scared by how many brain dead people are walking on the street? Oh, mate, I don't know ever. But the reality is, I'm lucky that there's not as many here. People just don't worry about all the shit that goes on around the world. That's what I like about being here. But yeah, it is a concern. There is just too many. Borno, I'm short from 36.54.99. Okay, nice one. So you're in profit. Don't give it back. Definitely be at break even. And I suggest potentially securing something coming close to London Open, but nonetheless, well done. Then more credit if you have set it when you're selling it though. But still, well done. Real's vibes, should we wait to buy? I would personally be waiting to buy. I don't have any confirmation to do so just yet. So guys, it's all about, again, it's about the importance of patience and discipline, and sticking to a plan, having a plan first of all, and sticking to it and letting it present and play out. It's always a good way to go about determining whether your plan is one that could be successful, and the best way to do so is by obviously doing some backtesting, guys. So really excited to announce a new deal with a predominant backtesting software provider, and by far and away it is the best. I'm not just saying it, the features of this particular provider are fantastic, very unique, very different. You can even not record, sorry, you can record, but you can even upload your own bot, encode your own bot, upload it and test that out. So it's unbelievable. So if you are interested in knowing what I'm talking about, always feel free to send me a DM and I'll hook you guys up with a special promotional code for this particular backtesting provider. By far and away the best in the business. I will be doing a live stream or two, probably on the weekend while the live charts aren't on, where we can backtest certain entries. I'll be using obviously the backtesting software from this particular provider, demonstrating some of its useful features. I will be uploading a video as well soonish. You'll know more there. YouTube, you guys can just read the description of that. It's a lot easier on YouTube. TikTok, I have to be a little bit careful what I mentioned. I will type it in the chat though. but I am extremely impressed. I can't wait to put to use with my team. Still wait here, guys. Just under 7 minutes. We're gonna wait here on gold. Let's see. Do want it to tap into this level of support prior to looking for any entry. It's just a bit of a slow trickle back down. I don't have any confirmation. The 5 minute is just a bit of a mess as well. So I am preferencing price tapping into this blue zone prior to any entry. Otherwise, my next option will be buys back above the resistance. So very similar to what Franco mentioned on GU before, how he's waiting for price to tap into a level of support here, and that's the disciplined approach we go for, and we like to work with at A.C.T. Forex. So we're waiting for price to tap into the level of liquidity. Reason being is because if just in case, if you're looking to buy it here, and just in case, because there's a high chance it's still going to tap back into this zone, and this is from experience. So we don't want to get caught out in a buy and get trapped in it. Only if the price come back down, then provide a price action catalyst. And had we have waited for that signal, we've got on the end of a higher probability entry. So similar here on gold, I want to see price tap in just so I can feel comfortable with my potential entry if I do get involved. I want to see it tap into a level of liquidity here. And if it does, then rings the bell, rings the alarms for me to start looking for a price action catalyst. Very simple approach. If that doesn't happen, I need to wait for price to pop back above the resistance. Guys in YouTube, if you are interested in backtesting, feel free to click the link below. It is really impressive, and feel free to send me a DM, whether it be on Discord or IG, TikTok, if you also follow me on TikTok. My email is down below as well. I've used multiple backtesting software providers, and to be honest, I've found glitches in every single one of them. This is the only one that I have not yet to date to find any sort of bug or glitch in it. May possibly do a live backtesting session on Sunday, but if not, it's likely going to be the following week. More likely the following week, to be honest. Alright, gold. Looks like we are trying to form support just now. Not really what we want to see here, so we're just going to have to patiently wait. Once again, guys, feel free to ask questions. Again, let me know how the week's gone. See a sell entry here, but I'm not taking it because my plan is to buy it today. I do see a potential sell entry off the back of the interruption play. Price begins to tap into the low of this bullish candle. I would consider taking it if it was not today, if it wasn't Friday. Again, my rules on a Friday are to trade inline the strength of the weekly candle. Alright, just over a minute until London Open, guys. Let's see, will it bring the volume? TikTok, thank you to the new followers, do appreciate it.
She was coming close to my maybe entry point.
Oh, the resistance? Yep.
Yeah.
Have you got that extended across, or have you just got...
No, I'm looking on the M30.
Oh, M30, okay. Oh, yeah, so just here. Would you wait for a 15 minutes close above or a 30 minute?
I think it will not close right now.
No.
My chart looked different as your chart.
Oh, all right.
I didn't have this this upper wick.
Oh, okay.
Upper wick. So, but nevertheless, it's close below my my resistance there. No, I'm waiting for the M30 candles to get
I think it's
signal, and then
probably a better option. All right, so what I really want to see now is, again, I want this candle to reject. I really would love for it to close back bearish, tapping into this support. If it closes weak bearish, leaving a long lower wick, then that could provide a potential entry signal on a potential buy on the next M15 as it breaks the high of this bearish candle, if it is to present. So I want it to look something like so for it to be valid. But this candle to close looking a little bit like this, because if prior to it formed a bit of support, then we would have formed a bearish candle, which is resistance, rejecting the level of support which I wanted price to pull back to tap into to confirm that we may have grabbed the necessary liquidity needed in order to head back up. Therefore, so long as the new candle creates a bit of low wick, I would be happy to set buy stop back above the high of the bearish candle. Looking for a potential target back near the daily high. That is potential option moving forward. If it closes strong bearish, the next potential option, so if it closes like so, need either way, I want it to tap into this blue zone. Close like so, then there is no impulse entry. I would need to wait for this to happen on the following candle. And that doesn't need to tap into that zone again. But that would be a strong enough confirmation that will close the 30-minute back bullish as well at support, just to add confidence, and I would look for the same thing, low wick, and then begin to buy it to brace the high. So that is what I could be potentially looking at. And if it just rips now, it's not my trade. Very simple, rule-based trading at its best. No ifs, buts, maybes, no FOMO. It's just how I go about it, because that's what works for me. Hamisi, you're in shorts on gold. Reasoning price has been attempting to push above Monday high since the start of the week and close below each time. Get 36.44. Nice one. Where was the entry? But not a bad explanation. I respect it. Wish you luck. Alright guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty. Cracking day out there today. Beautiful day. Bit on the warm side, as per usual, but sun's out. Happy to see it. Major, Desire. I'm about to buy gold and I'm confused about the entry. I'm taking my entry on 1 hour. 1 hour. Well, if you're confused about any entry, you shouldn't be taking it. That's just fact. You have a reason to take it, it's a different story. To me, it's still in a big, strong uptrend, but without any real confirmation, then I'm not sure why you are buying it. Again, for me, my plan is to wait for it to tap into this support first and then look for a potential buy. You could be on the right side of things though. I mean, I do believe it's still very bullish, so you still might be in the end of a winning trade, but the fact of the matter is, unless you know why you've taken a trade, you shouldn't really be in the trade. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, that's also a good option, but the reality is it could just pop up just now. But again, I've got my reasoning as to why I want it to tap into that level prior to any entry. Can I look at BTC for my Thai friend? I can look at BTC. I don't trade it. Another fact with this particular backtesting software provider, they have more than 200 cryptocurrencies you can backtest, which is unbelievable. Once again, I will be going over it in more detail moving forward. I will record a video. But you can backtest a lot of altcoins, BTC, obviously, Ethereum, and some of the majors and minor altcoins. All right, Bitcoin. So let's look at it, the weekly. Trading perspective, look, bullish. It's very bullish. But if you ask me trading-wise, I'll give you my personal opinion just now because you still might get the option to sell. Now, the weekly, Bitcoin is still open for a few more days, so I'm not still... Yes, the bias is bullish, but I'm not fixated just yet on the bias because I still have a few days to confirm until the last day of the weekly candle. Daily candle probabilities to the upside, but with leaving a long upper wick, still have potential margin to the upside towards that 117 I did call yesterday. If you guys remember, what I would do is mark in the daily low and the daily high and see what we've got either side of it. Previous candle had no upper wick. Current candle has created a significant upper wick and is now looks like it is rejecting, pulling back. 4 hour is most certainly bullish in structure here. Let's just mark in that as the most recent resistance. Support, don't yet have confirmation just here. We've still got a little bit of margin to the upside. Support. Use that level for the time being. Alright, now on to the minor time frame here, the 15. And we can just adjust this only because you could get some possible scalps in between. Marking in this level of support, changing it to blue, seeing it's a minor time frame support. Alright, so as I mentioned before, seeing it's still a couple of days left of the weekly candle here on Bitcoin, I wouldn't be opposed to selling it. We have obviously rejected in a previous 4-hour candle, tapped into some zones of liquidity here to the left hand side. What would be nice if this 4-hour closes in less than an hour, if it closes weak bullish, and then the following candle creates a bit of an upper wick. Like, let me just zoom in. Following 4-hour creates a bit of an upper wick, and then we begin to close below support at the daily candle low, retest it, then sorry, it's not the daily low, is it? It is the daily low. Sorry, that Asian session range indicator confused me. Yeah, so if we break the daily low, pull back to retest them, begin to pop below it, then I believe that would be a good opportunity to look for a deeper pullback sell. Aside from that, it is, once again, as I mentioned, still very, very bullish, so I'd be looking for pullback buys as well. On the right confirmation, do so. And if we in fact did reject the 4-hour resistance again, it's going to be sell opportunities, and you may manage to get involved in a buy above 115,640 as well. We have some relatively clean traffic to the upside above that point. It's the most recent resistance, so if price was to now continue bearish, if we retest that resistance, we don't really necessarily have a need to pop above it. So what I would do is wait for price to close above it, pull back, trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers, and begin to bounce off the resistance, and then we'll likely hang up to 116 flat. So that would be my personal plan on Bitcoin, trading wise. But overall perspective, extremely, extremely bullish. EU, buddy. So I had a look at it just before. As I mentioned, guys, I'm bullish on it. And we're tapped into the support, not broken it, but we're tapped into it, and we are respecting it yet again. Look at the strength to the upside at the minute. So I'd be waiting for closures above, preferencing closures above. You do have that wick to the left though. But to be honest, I would want to pause here. It's come from pretty much the daily low to the daily high. So I would preference at least a 15-minute pause candle. Preference it above that resistance. That would be a really strong confirmation. So if we close back wick bearish above the resistance, then I'd be waiting for the new candle to create a low wick and begin to break above your bearish 15-minute pause candles high. That's the type of thing I'd be looking for. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, it's already made quite a significant push. Dom Child, what's going on? I wanted gold to tap into this zone of support, which it hasn't done, so I'm waiting for it to now pop up and pop above the resistance potentially. You're in a short from 36.55. Alright, just be careful, don't take a loss. You had some decent profit on the table. Stop loss at break even. Okay, that's good. Kaminsky, good buy or sell now. Nothing right now. Again, my plan, guys, and I'm not bothered that it didn't tap in. My plan was for it to tap into the zone of liquidity and then look for a buy. It so happened to have formed support just above it. There's nothing I can do about that. So my next option, as I mentioned when I did the analysis, is to look for buys above. Do I think EU will go long? It's already gone long. I would be waiting for it to reset. That's some 4-hour resistance, and it's struggling at the minute. Desire, there's fair value gap 1 hour, and there's also a break structure on 4 hours. Fair enough, I don't trade fair value gaps. It's not what I do. I don't particularly see it, to be honest. But again, I'm not the right person to ask when it comes to fair value gaps. You're talking about that? That's like 10 pips or something. I think a lot of the time people get too fixated by this fair value gap stuff. But they're going to be everywhere. And if you're not sure which ones to look for, you're going to get caught out a lot. It's the same with any strategy, to be honest. But I think people are over fixated on it. Not saying, you know, if it works for you, fine. Not a problem. But it seems to be the in thing. Everyone's talking about fair value gaps. I remember when I first started trading, no one was talking about fair value gaps. Not a single soul. Now it's in the bit. There'll be something else that comes along. Well, I'm preaching the IC entry. I think that shit's all over any fair value gap. And it would have worked here too, guys. It would have worked. Or would it? Actually, I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention as it tapped in. Let's pump that. Let's pump that. Not the fair value gap stuff. Go. Your channel here to learn. Nice one. Well, you'll learn a lot about patience and discipline, that's for sure. Sweet. So, bro, you think you might sell or what? Gold? No, I don't have any thoughts. I react. I don't trade what I think will happen. Because if I trade what I think will happen, well, I'd be buying it 100% because I'm more bullish. But it would have worked in this particular instance, but a lot of time I would have got trapped or would have got caught out because price would eventually come back down to tap into the level I wanted it to do so, and then potentially bounce off it. So my next option is to look for the buys path. So what I always suggest is don't trade what you think will happen, react to what you see happening. Have a plan and wait for it to present. It's the best way you can go about trading. Mr. Tommy John, sorry I didn't reply to your message, mate. I didn't even see it, in all honesty. But nonetheless, good morning to you. I did reply today, though. All right, 15 minutes into London session here. We're below resistance, so let's just wait. And if you could, guys, YouTube, please hit that like button for me. Only 23 likes. Let's get that up to at least 30, 35. Unknown case C, patience definitely the biggest lesson I've learned from you. That's 9% of the battle I feel it is, mate, and I appreciate it. Again, trading's not meant to be exhilarating. I think a lot of people get it, you know, messed up with pretty much like gambling, like casino. Trading's all about patience and discipline. That's why the reality is not many will succeed because they just can't patiently wait. If you've got a proven edge, and again, the best way to do that is through gathering data from your live trades, or you want to fast track that through back testing. Once again, guys, I'm happy to announce I do have special promotion for anyone interested in by far and away the #1 backtesting software out there. So feel free to send me a DM and I'll let you know more about it. Like I said, I can't wait to get cracking with my team members. Finally got something that works, guys. It literally works perfectly. And we can fast track it too. We can fast track the data with that actually sitting there to have to watch it all the time as well. Just to gather enough data, especially in that particular entry we've been trialing. Thank you to the 40 plus new followers. If anyone hasn't followed yet, make sure to do so. If you're not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure to do so as well, guys. It's better, you get a better picture, you get the full screen, you get the numbers, you get everything. Tommy, oh mate, finally, shit's all over anything we've used in the past, trust me. And it actually gathers data for you. Analyzes all your trades. It actually even tells you what your strengths and weaknesses are, which is I found very interesting. Bibi, can you buy now if you like? I don't have a signal to buy it. I mean, if you're around after the stream, I'll stay on the call. If you can jump on the members call, I'll go through it. I'll let you have a sneaky peek. Very impressive. But baby, again, it's you want to buy now, you buy now. I don't have a signal to buy it just now. Wow, geez, ripping. Tommy, all good, mate. No worries. So right in the middle of the range at the minute here on gold. Nothing at the minute, just have to wait still. Not a lot you can do about it. Not a lot going on, guys. Just right in the middle of the range. And then KC, to be honest, the gold I've played it is same for ages. Buy it, hold it. Again, I'm talking about physical when it comes to that, not on leverage, because it's still risky, because it could pull back, you get margin called. Feel shitty, you lose your account, and then it pumps. Lissera. We sell, if you like. I'm all about buys today. Put it this way, I'm waiting for a buy, whether it be from blue zone or above the resistance. That's what I'm looking at. So as I mentioned, sells I'm not interested in today. Just the strength of the weekly candle. Very strong bullish candle. And it's just as per my rules on a Friday. As far as where to buy from, on the right confirmation for me at either A, support, or B, above the resistance. I know KC when it reverses on the aftermarket course feels, but I don't know. Definitely does. It's happened to me, especially on a news event many years ago now, about 7 years ago. Six years ago. You won't be funding the first five people to message you, so goodbye. Oh yeah, these people have the eggs to come on and promote themselves on another person's stream. Do your own stream, you moron. Would never waste my time jumping on someone else's stream promoting myself. It's very disrespectful. Shooter, but price under your MA? It's not an MA, mate. It's not MA. That's the Asian session high. It's just this is the Asian session panels. It's the Asian session range. So it's not MA. Why keep a bullish bias? What about this isn't bullish? You explain to me. What about all this is not bullish? And how many times do people have come on, and I've heard it nearly every stream, but it has to pull back. It's going to pull back. Gold's going to 1200, bro. Gold's going to 2000, bro. Mark my words. Every time it goes up yours and continues bullish. Trade the trend. The trend is bullish. It's very bullish. So if you respect that, if you're looking for a sell, but respect the fact that I'm only looking for a buy today. Not interested in selling it. I'm trading in line with probabilities, and the probabilities are for price to still continue bullish. There's nothing yet to suggest that we're going to pull back. So that's why I'm doing it. Jetta, all good. So yeah, it's just a big strong uptrend. I'm not going to try to buck the trend. Nothing happening here on gold. I know A.C.T books that help trading journey, even if it wasn't trading related. Trading related, but not technical. It wasn't a technical book. It wasn't about TA. Trading in a zone. That was about psychology, the markets. Really good read. The think there is a free audio version on YouTube as well. Type it into the chat. It's a really good one. Definitely helped me a lot. It's got nothing to do with technical analysis though. All about what goes on up here. You got it downloaded? Yeah, it is. It's a really good listen or read. Did get stuck into another audio book once. Again, same topic. I can't quite remember the name of it. And that was very impressive as well. Wish I could remember the name, but I didn't quite get through the whole thing. But they're the only books I'd look at in regards to trading. It's about psychology and that. Not so much technical analysis. I mean, you're better off doing or watching streams or like an interactive course, for instance. Again, part of my VIPs, you get access to the course, which has not only screenshots, not only detailed explanations from listed in number points, it also has videos at the end of each section detailing every single thing covered in that topic. But I think that's a better way to learn, to be honest. Shooter, AU, I've not looked at it, to be honest. I don't trade it. Likely, I think it's a pretty strong weekly candle. Yeah, it's very strong. It's been a lot of momentum here on AU, broken into level it hasn't been at for quite some time, since pretty much this time last year, which is good for me to see. Yeah, I'd be all about the buys, to be honest. Just on a Friday is the way I roll. Mark in page 4. Include the bullish candles and wait to see on the 30 that is in fact the bearish. Actually, I won't enter the data. Anyway, I'll leave it in. Yeah, I'd be looking for, and look at that. This is what I meant on EU before, guys. Exactly what I meant on EU. How often do I say I would have had a zone marked in just here? And I know at not one moment, not any moment would I have been trying to sell that. Reason being is because the amount of times I see it sweep that Asian session low in a strong uptrend, only for it to pull back in and then continue bullish, it is unbelievable. It's gotten to the point where I screenshot it on gold. I don't do it on the other pairs. And it will be an eventual entry type, just by, it would be called the Asian session sweep or something. Liquidity sweep, because it happens all too often where it looks like you got into clean traffic, it looks like it's going to melt, you get this strong bearish candle, people get trapped in and they get triggered into sells, or they take sells off the closure of this candle, they get trapped, price pops back above, closes above, bullish engulfing, we continue bullish. So yeah, I'd be definitely all about the buys, to be honest, and I would have definitely taken a buy just there, and you would have got your 1-to-1. So that's what I mean by trying to trade against a very strong, especially on a Friday, weekly candle. Just be very careful. So I'd be all about the buys. I'd now adjust this zone, and I would say buys from either the support again or buys above resistance. Gold trying to come back down, so quiet one. Big Emmy, yeah, still would wait for it to pop back down to this support and provide a signal within price action, or above the resistance, retest, continuation. It's the only thing I'd be looking for, to be honest. But guys, it's not going to happen anytime soon, I can tell. I'm going to GU buys. Okay, nice one. M30. Oh, okay, beautiful. I understand. So I'm gonna call it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, quite weak because I was only on stream a few days, but no told me to. Yeah, that just adds to it. So I'm gonna personally call it. once again, guys, if anyone wants to know more information about the backtesting software I'm referring to, please feel free to contact me. I will hook you up with a very decent promotional code. Otherwise, guys, do appreciate all the support throughout the week. Again, well done for those who join regularly. I hope to see you again next week on Monday. Until then, guys, trade safe, don't do anything stupid, enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you guys once again very soon. Take care, guys. Cheers. You can stay on call if you want, mate. I'm hanging around for you guys. One sec, guys, one sec.